Good morning and welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16. Joining me in the studio is Rob Burbank from the Appalachian Mountain Club. Rob, how are you this morning?
I'm well, Rob. How are you this
I'm very well, Rob. Good to see you, Rob.
Good to see you, Rob. Good to be here, Rob.
Nice to be here, Rob. Let's talk about some things. I mean, the AMC, we're in the White Mountains. We're smack dab in the middle of the White Mountains.
You have a keen sense of the obvious.
I do. And, of course, the Appalachian Mountain Club filling us with all that information, too. So let's talk about some things. Let's talk about what's going on today. Let's start off with today.
Okay, sure. We've got a lot of stuff going on today up at Crawford Notch, at the Highland Center at Crawford Notch. AMC is hosting a family fun day with lots of activities for kids to get out and have some fun. And it's in celebration of the official opening of our new Highland Mountain Playscape up there in Crawford Notch, which is it's a new feature up there that allows kids to get out and exercise their minds and their muscles at the same time. Climbing, jumping. It's called a playscape, and there's areas where they can jump stumps, they can balance on a log, they can climb to the summit of the Highland Playscape mountain. It's built to replicate some of the features and experiences that you might find on a mountain trail.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah, and it's right there at the Highland Center. So if kids don't have, if they haven't burned off all their energy on the day's hike and they still have some energy to burn off, they can go and explore the playscape and do it that way. So we're opening that today. So in conjunction with that, we've got a lot of activities going on throughout the day. And as part of the day's activities, we are going to be visited by the LL Bean Bootmobile.
A Bootmobile?
The Bootmobile, which is a replica, an oversized, you might say, replica of the iconic LL Bean boot, fitted to a truck chassis, and they drive it around. They've been driving all over the region. And so they'll be up at the Highland Center at Crawford Notch today.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Folks can come check that out. And the folks from LL Bean will be doing some fly casting demonstrations during the day. So there's going to be a lot of things going on.
Well, that's great. Now, of course, this is July 1st, so we're just talking the beginning of the summer, and I'm sure you guys have tons of things planned all summer long.
We have activities throughout the summer, throughout the year, really. So people can come up and take a course with us, learn things like outdoor leadership, learn how to use a map and compass. In fact, we'll be doing some map and compass demonstrations today. We quite often have what's in your pack demonstrations at our visitor centers. Is that
like Let's Make a Deal?
Sort of like
that.
Yeah. Sort of
Can opener.
Yeah. Do you have your 10 essentials?
That's right.
And actually, that's a big part of what we do, is helping people prepare and helping people have a safe and enjoyable time in the outdoors.
And I think that's a very important point that you bring up about being safe and prepared, the 10 essentials. It's all about hike safe and everything else. You have the people, and you hear about it all the time, the people who go out hiking and they're not prepared. And you provide that information to people. So it's not a mystery about how to hike safe and how to do that. You guys provide that information. You have numerous resources. So there's no reason not to be prepared.
We encourage people to come up and talk with our staff up at our visitor centers. We operate the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center on Route 16 in Pinkham Notch, and also the AMC Highland Center at Crawford Notch, and the Macomber Family Information Center at the Crawford Depot right next door. And so our folks can talk with you and help you choose a hike too. Sometimes people will hear about one particular trail or one particular mountain and they think they want to do that. And then if they learn about other options, they might find a better fit.
Right.
And so we can also talk with them about what sort of stuff you should carry in your pack to be safe. There's a shot of that's one shot of the playscape, and that's the bear cave in the playscape. It's a little cave area.
So this playscape's made out of granite.
Granite, wood, natural materials.
Wow.
And local contractors and local suppliers were involved with the construction and with supplying the materials. But Halverson Design Partnership designed this.
That's incredible.
It makes extensive use of granite and wood, natural materials, kids, I think are going to have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I think adults are going to have a lot of fun on that too. I'd be looking forward to that. Get out of the way, kids, I'm going.
It's designed to appeal to kids 5 to 12.
Yeah. So me. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a sandbox there.
Yeah. There we go.
that you might enjoy. Yeah. But it should be a lot of fun today, and folks are encouraged to come on up. We'll be doing things from about 10 to about 5 today, and the bootmobile is set to be there from about 10 to about 4.
Cool.
So there's a lot going on, and as I say, you can learn some stuff too, because we'll be doing demonstrations on hike, preparing for a hike and that sort of a thing.
Yep, learning stuff is always great. Now, one of the things I want to talk about, you have it right here in front of you, and it's the White Mountain Guide. And I mean, this is an incredible thing. Even if you're not a big hiker, just to be able to peruse through it, find out about the hikes. And I bring this up. My wife and my niece and my son went hiking last week. They went up to the Mizpah Hut and then did a bunch of hiking. And they pulled out the maps and just had a great time. It's kind of one of those things that, unfortunately, now we don't use maps in our cars anymore. You don't need maps in your cars. You have GPSs. When we were kids, Mom and Dad would pull out the map and be driving along with a map in front of them. And so you learn how to use a map. And I don't think a lot of kids get that anymore. And my niece and my son had a great time with the map.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoying using the map, finding where they were going. And, of course, this is the ultimate guide.
Well, this is the often referred to as, the go-to guide for White Mountain hiking, and it's in the new edition. We just published the 29th edition, and local editors Steve Smith and Mike Dickerman and cartographer Larry Garland were involved with this, as well as a lot of volunteers who contributed information. So it's the 29th edition. It has a lot of new information that it's a lot of updates. And also some updates on trail conditions as a result of Tropical Storm Irene. They were able to get that in right at deadline. They actually had to go out and resurvey certain, or check into certain trails a second time, just to be sure. But they did a wonderful job of just getting all that new information in there. So if you have an older edition, this one certainly it has a lot of updates. That will be real helpful when you're planning a hike.
So it's not so much trying to sell it because it's new, but sell it because it's got the new information. And if you're going to go out hiking, that's all about being prepared, having that proper information.
Right, and it has the maps, the new maps, as you say. And then there's another thing we have now, the White Mountain. Yeah.
What is it, Rob? Come on, spit it out.
The White Mountain Guide online, and as the name implies, it's the same content, but you can access it online, and you can actually make a custom trip, a custom route. You can say, gee, I want to start here and end here, and I want to stop here along the way, and you type in a couple of things, and boom, it highlights your route. It tells you the distance, the approximate time that's estimated. It's a wonderful, wonderful
And you can
tool.
probably do that backwards, too. After you've done the hike, you can go back and say, well, did I hike a quarter mile? Did I hike 15 miles like it felt like?
Yeah, exactly.
So, oh, that's great.
It's a great tool. They're both great tools. So.
And, of course, that you can get in any of the local bookshops. You can get, of course, up at the AMC.
Absolutely. And we have it online as well on our website, outdoors.org. So there are lots of ways to access that.
That's great. So let's talk about that. So if people want some more information from the AMC, they can go to outdoors.org.
That's right.
And what else? How else can they
Well, they could give
find
us
you?
a call. Probably the best number is 603-466-2721 for general information, or if folks want to sign up for a program or reserve a hut stay, that would be 603-466-2727. So, and the hut, the hut season is underway.
That's right.
Full speed ahead with the summer full service season at the AMC Huts, which is a system of 8 backcountry huts along about a 56-mile chain of the Appalachian Trail. If you starting, on the east with Carter Notch Hut, all the way to the west with Lonesome Lake Hut.
Wow, 56 miles.
If you were to do the entire.
Wow.
But of course, you can access each hut from a roadside trailhead. Or from a backcountry trail, because each hut is connected to the next.
Yeah.
And they're about a day's hike apart.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful experience to do the hut system.
Well, that's great. Well, Rob, I want to thank you for coming down today.
Sure.
And
thanks
of course,
for having me.
head on up to the Playscape today. You said starting at 10 a.m.
10 o'clock until about 5.
Until 5, and that looks just terrific from the photos there. So that should be a lot of fun.
Should be a lot of
now,
fun
is there a
today.
fee for that, or is that
that's free?
So that even better. So so it's not just today; it'll be open from now on.
Well, it's open. Yeah, it's open to use by the public when it's not being used for organized programs that we have up there. And it's a free event today. There will be barbecue items available for purchase, but the event itself is free, and we have some snacks and and things, and all, as I say, all kinds of activities.
So that sounds great. Well, I want to thank Rob Burbank from the Appalachian Mountain Club. And of course, we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.